Hi there and welcome to the MPC Academy. Now in this tutorial we're going to take a closer look at the new Mellotron plugin instrument that we've added to MPC 2.10 standalone and desktop. Now the original Mellotron came out in 1963, which was an electromechanical tape-based keyboard which was originally developed in Birmingham, England. This is now a classic part of our music history, used by many famous bands such as the Beatles in '67, Pink Floyd, Genesis, and the late great David Bowie. Now Mellotron really has a distinctive sound like nothing else, which we've recreated from the original tapes. Not only do we have all of the features, but we fuse this with some new features that really brings the sound of the Mellotron into today's productions. So we can start blending these sounds into lo-fi, into different types of genres, creating pads, and a lot of really grungy textures from these tapes. So I'm going to play you a quick performance with some very popular sounds that are inside Mellotron. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now to access Mellotron, we're going to go to our plugin tab, and here we'll push down on our data wheel and you'll see a list of all of the plugins available inside MPC. So we'll select Mellotron and we'll go Program Edit, and this brings up the gorgeous UI interface that we've created. Now you can interact with the interface by just touching the screen, or you can use the cue links on the right hand side and jump between the banks. Now on Mellotron, you have the original 6 tapes, which can be easily accessed from the Touch UI. We can simply select the tape model out of the 6 that are available. And we've also modernized these by adding clean versions of the tapes. Now let's have a listen to these. This is the 8-voice choir. This is the boys choir. Now we'll go to the classic flute. Then we have violins 1, violins 2. What I love about these sounds is there's so much nostalgia and age to the samples. So let's go to the last violin. So you can really hear these sounds are great for lo-fi textures. Now moving around the UI, we have our velocity amp, and then we have our vibrato control, and then our vibrato speed. Then on the right hand side, we have key on and key off. Now this is really interesting because this creates the original mechanical knock-in of the tapes, so we can actually adjust how much of this sound we want to add. So let's just listen to the knock-in. So now we can just blend this back in with the original signal. Then we have our formant control. Now this is a great feature because it maintains our pitch, but we're moving the tape heads, or technically the frequency, to change the tone of the sound. Then next to this, we've got an age dial. So this means that we can add nostalgia and age to the tape. Now we'll blend this in with the formant and cut off, and you get some amazing effects. Now we've also added a whole bunch of presets for you, which you can just simply access, and we've also categorized these into the 6 tape models. So again, just go into these and then you can get yourself up and running instantly. Now to modernize Mellotron with our technology, we've added a flavor tab. This allows us to add effects such as amp modeling, radio effects, lo-fi distortion, flutter, vinyl noise, so we can instantly shape our sound. Now, because these types of effects are so widely used, we have them built directly onto the interface. So here you have a vinyl, distortion, and noise, and the flutter, along with EQ and compression, and we can turn these effects instantly on and off. Then our last tab is our delay and spring reverb, so we can add these popular effects directly over our tape sounds. So as you can see in here, Mellotron is a very powerful addition to the collection of instruments inside MPC.